Hello, my beautiful YouTube family. Welcome back to the E portion of Tell Joanne. I am your girl, Joanne. So today we are doing things a little different. I got a chance to read some of you guys' emails, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. The things that you guys say, I truly, truly appreciate it. The knowledge that you guys are giving me, the music that you guys are telling me about that I'm being exposed to. So thank you so very much. So with that said, one song that I stood out to me, it's called Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles. Never heard that song before. I have heard of the Beatles. If I say I've never heard of the Beatles, know that I would be lying. To me, that's just like saying you've never heard of Michael Jackson. Everybody around the world have heard of the Beatles. However, I have not listened, I have not been exposed to many of their songs yet, and I am on the way of exposing myself, learning more about their songs. So with that said, let's do our chair and then we're going to get into the song. So if you're part of this family, you already know we're going to do a chair and count of three. If you're new, put a pause, get your beverage of choice. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's get to the Beatles. Eleanor Rigby. I hope it's Rigsby, not Rigsby. Okay, Eleanor Rigby. Okay, let's get into it.
Ah, look at all the lonely people. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door.
Wow, did you guys hear that? She's looking out the window wearing a face that she keeps in a jar. Wow. Wow. How many of us do that, right? How many of us do that?
Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father.
All the lonely people, where do they come from? Where do they belong, right? All the lonely people in the world. How many times do we fit into that, right? We are the lonely people. Where are we coming from? How many faces do we put on?
Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear.
Wow.
No one comes near. Look at him working, darning his socks in the night when there's nobody there.
Right off the bat, you hear the words to the song, and it's a pretty depressing song so far. And I don't know how it's going to go through, but yet you hear me bouncing, right? The beat, the instrument is very catchy. Of course, his voice is absolutely beautiful. But I'm listening to the words. And it sounds like I hear depression and I hear death in there as well. But let me continue to listen to see if that's what I'm getting.
What does he care? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people.
Look at this. Look at the imagery, right? He's talking about all the lonely people. Where do they all come from? And you see these people and they're all, I don't know if it's supposed to be the same person that's just doing the different faces, that's wearing the different faces that are playing, but how lonely are they? How isolated are they? What's really going on inside of them? And what faces are they putting out there for their friends, their family, the co-workers, the public, while they really feel so lonely inside? And I could be interpreting the song completely wrong. And so those of you who are out there who know it, I truly appreciate your comment and your wisdom on the song, because clearly you know it more than I do. But this is how I'm interpreting it right now. And it's interesting that the imagery that's showing, the words that he's saying, the instruments that are playing, I feel like it's kind of, all of it does match up perfectly, right? it goes back to what he's saying, the face that you put on. They're all completely different. But what are they hiding? I don't know. I don't know if what I just said made sense. I don't know.
But do they all belong? Ah, look at all
Look at them just consuming in the face and just watching. They're not even talking to each other.
ah, look at all the lovely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with her name.
Mm.
Nobody came. Father Mackenzie wiping the dirt from his.
She was buried in a church alone. Nobody came. Ugh. That's a world that too many of us we live in, and we live in a world with all these technology where people are supposed to be closer with each other, right? And somehow, and I hope it's not that way for you, but for a lot of us, somehow it's like the more technology, the further we are away from our loved ones, right? Mm.
His hands as he walks from the grave. No one was saved. All alone. Where do they all come from?
Mm.
All alone. Where do they all belong?
Wow. All the lonely people out there. And there are a lot of lonely people out there. And the truth is, even those of us who have a lot of people around us, sometimes we still feel alone, right? So the lonely people doesn't necessarily mean for me, it doesn't necessarily mean someone who is physically alone. But sometimes it's people that have everyone around them, but they're completely alone in the inside. Like that's the feeling that I'm getting while I'm hearing this song. And it's like, I just want to let you guys know that even though you may feel alone, you may be at your low point, that you're not alone. You're not alone. Um, you're not. You're not alone because there's a lot of people out there that feels the same way that you do. And there's a lot of people out there that wear the mask and you don't know what's going on. So definitely reach out to someone. Definitely listen to music. Like for me, like I'm doing this, like I said, is to me, this is my coping skill, right? So music is therapy. And the reason why I'm saying that is sometimes we get to the point where we start to feel so alone and that lonely becomes sadness and that sadness seeps into depression, right? And we don't even realize it and we don't even know what's going on. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Even though you feel like you're alone right now, you're not alone. With that said, that is my interpretation of the song. That's what I'm getting from it. I may be completely wrong, but definitely please comment below. Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.